It's no secret that technology is evolving rapidly, which is sometimes scary, but sometimes exciting. As designers, it can be really hard sometimes to let go of our process and explore new tools and opportunities, but that's exactly what I did on this new short video. Check it out. I got a ton of comments asking me how I did this, so I thought I'd make a long form video kind of walking you through the steps and building this brand together. So without further ado, let's jump into it. First things first, I want to build out my logo. So you see front and center, I've got the logo built out, and there's a couple steps to do this. But let's forget fancy technology for a second, and let's go back to our roots of the basic sketchpad. Let's talk about this little sketchpad. I know you've probably heard it 1,000 times, but it's just so invaluable to actually get your ideas out of your head and onto something physical before we start jumping into the software. And I'm not saying you have to spend hours and hours inside of this, which it probably would help you down the road, but at least spend 15-30 minutes getting your ideas out of your head and into something physical. I feel like it just really helps the process. I had a little section of my reel where I was circling buzzwords, and I feel like this helps me get an idea of what I'm gonna build before I start. I've also found too, if you're not super confident in the technology, that might hinder you in what you're gonna actually build. So I like to actually draw what I'm thinking and what I wanna build in this first, and then I figure out how to achieve it with the technology and the tools, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is make sure the idea is good and then execute it with the technology. Don't let the technology dictate what you're going to execute based on your skill level or anything like that. Just use a sketchpad. All right, let's move on from this. The time has come. Let's build out the logo. I'm here in Adobe Illustrator. I'm not going to spend too much time on this section. There's so much content that goes into the creation of a logo, but I will tell you some of the benefits and the reasons why I like using Adobe Illustrator. So if you're a seasoned graphic designer, you probably know a lot of this, so you could probably just skip this section. But if you're new to graphic design, I'm going to kind of explain to you why Adobe Illustrator is the standard. So this uses vector graphics. So if I do Command Y, you can see this is all really clean vector illustrations. Basically, that means I can scale this up and down. There's going to be no blurriness. So sometimes when you zoom into a photo, you see that it's blurry. That's using raster, which is just a bunch of tiny different pixels. But this is using math equations to create the vector output. And so that's a lot of me just saying this is good for losslessness, and that's how the industry expects graphic work to be done. Now I'll show you how this is built. Basically, it's just a bunch of shapes. That's the idea of graphic design, just taking a bunch of different shapes to create one new thing. So I've got some cylinders here, or I guess you would call them ellipses. And then I've got some highlights. Again, these are just shapes. And then we've got our text here. Funny enough, this typeface is called sausage, so I thought that was fitting. This "the" right here is actually something I did in the sketchbook like we were just talking about, and then I used the Apple Pencil with Adobe Illustrator on the iPad, and I traced it out. And then we just have some copy here and a stroke. And so when we put all this together, we have all these different logo variations. And these work really well throughout all the different applications because I can export this as a JPEG or a PNG or as a vector with SVG. So this is my process for logos. A lot of times, this is actually a really clean file because I already had a lot of this built out. I just wanted to show you, but a lot of times my canvas is just so full. This is all of our canvas right here. And I will say it was taught to me pretty early on in my design career that vectors are free. So just keep duplicating until you get what you want. Don't be afraid to keep making different changes. A lot of times people want to just edit this one version and then they lose all the other stuff that they've been working on. So say I want to make a variation where we don't have "the," I would take this logo, I would duplicate it, and then I would delete "the." So I would just, I don't know, I would do it a lot cleaner than that, but I would erase that. And then this would be the version without "the," and then say I wanted a different version based off this. I could take it, and then we could take this color, and we could change it. I could make this blue, something like that. And so we could just keep going on and on and on. This has been the standard for at least 30 years, so I'm not going to spend time on this. But if you have more questions about this, let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure to respond. On to the next section. We've got the logo built out, but let's get to the stuff that's gonna set you apart from the competition. So I've got this menu with my logo and illustration laid out on the iPad, and overall, I'm really pleased with it. I think it's really fun, but the illustrations are really what's calling me. So I've got the hot dog, and we've got the ice cream, all this good stuff. But what makes it even cooler is I can actually click play, and these are all animated. So if you see down here, we've got that animation inside the menu. I mean, who else is doing stuff like this? Obviously, there's people doing stuff like this, but not as easy, I guarantee, as I'm gonna show you. So let's take a look. If you've been subscribed to my channel, you already know how much I love Adobe Project Neo, but I'm using this to elevate my branding projects, and I'm gonna show you how I'm doing that. So I'm here in the home screen of Adobe Project Neo, and I'm gonna go to my files. You see I've got a bunch of my old work here, but here I've got my hot dog cart. I'm gonna open this up and we're gonna unpack it a little bit. So they've had a ton of updates in the past, but now we've got 2D and 3D layers. You can see them here on the left-hand side. I'm really gonna focus on the 3D because I think that's what's elevating these brands when I'm delivering them. So let's jump over to 3D and look at it. So at first glance, these just look like 2D illustrations, but you see I can actually fully rotate these in 3D, which gives me a lot of opportunity to do different things when it comes to my illustrations. You'll notice here on the top right corner too, I have play. So I've already set these up to animate. So I've got this nice cool motion. This is what I used inside of the menu to kind of give it some of that pizzazz. Say you're at a restaurant and they've got those digital menu boards. I think this would be perfect to display on that. Or if you have like each item, say I have the hot dog, I can place this animated hot dog beside it. It just adds a lot of fun and character to those elements. Notice too, I like this 2D illustration style because it looks kind of like hand-drawn or more of that vector style, but we could definitely do like realistic too. So say I wanted to change the color of this hot dog bun, maybe wanted it to be like, you know, the actual color of a hot dog bun. I can actually do that, and then I could do the same type of illustration treatment with this different style. All right, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to actually achieve this. So let's start maybe with the hot dog because I feel like I knocked that out super quick. I'm just gonna grab this capsule right here, and I'm going to extend it. So these little cubes right here, extend it. And then I'm gonna make this red, so I can change this color to flat, and we'll just grab this red color because I have it already. So right there, we already have the hot dog, which is fantastic. And then we need to have a bun, right? So I'm gonna take this cube and I'm gonna place it right here on the top, and then I can actually paste my style from this little one right here. So basically it's split, and then I have the body and highlight color as white, and then the shadow color is this reddish shadow. Now I wanna make this the length of the hot dog. So something like this. And this is a lot like Adobe Illustrator. Hopefully that's what you're seeing. That's kind of what I'm trying to convey here. If we look from the top down, I've got these Bezier curves and I can round those, which is great, exactly what I'm looking for. And then I can come over here and I can inflate. If I click here with A, it's like my direct selection tool. I can grab this little point right here and I can pull it down, and that makes it look round like the hot dog bun. And just in a couple clicks, I mean, you could tell that's a hot dog, right? Super cool. Now let's make the cup really quick too, just to show you the basic principles of this. So I'm gonna grab the hollow cone. We'll place it right here. And then we're going to adjust this right here. So again, A on the keyboard, that's my direct selection tool. Let's flip this. Like this, perfect. And we're gonna paste that same style. Now we wanna grab this cylinder, we'll pop that right on top. So this will be the lid right here. A big thing I wanna emphasize is just duplication. This isn't any type of illustration or project. Work smarter, not harder. So just Command D on the keyboard. I've got this next piece right here. I don't need to go get a new piece from my toolbar. Let's duplicate again. I'm gonna make this significantly smaller. This is gonna be the straw. So let's make this way smaller. Let's just keep increasing the height. We'll just keep going, maybe something like this. It needs to be a lot skinnier. We'll move it down with the arrow. And I'm gonna make this flat on the color wheel, that same red color. And then you guessed it, we're gonna duplicate it again. This time I'm gonna make it really short, something like this. I'm gonna paste my white color, and then I'm gonna come over here to repeat, radial. We want this to be on the Y direction, make it a little bit smaller. And if I look from up top, we've got these little punch tabs right here. So just a couple steps. We already have the hot dog and we have the cup. And then say I want to group all this, and then I can come over here to motion and say I want it to wobble. Check that out. I can have it go like crazy. I can change the amplitude, the cycle time, the phase. Now there's a ton of ways to do this. We could illustrate hand-drawn, we could do stuff in Adobe Illustrator, we could be in Photoshop, but I think this is a cool new way to elevate the experience. We're adding simple 3D, we're adding animation, we've still got that vector look. It's just something new and fresh that I think you can add to your branding. We've built the logo, we created illustrations, and we even animated them. But the best way to really sell that visual identity is through mockups. There's a couple ways that I like to do my mockups. There's the traditional way where I can come here into Adobe Stock and I can find some templates that I can open in Photoshop and I can do my mockups that way. This is how I've been doing them for over 10 years. I love this way. I'll probably always do them this way, but there is a new way that I've been exploring and I'm going to show that to you guys. I've jumped over to Adobe Firefly, and this is where I'm exploring those new options when it comes to mockups. Now, I know some people have some weird feelings about AI, but honestly, this is where I get really excited about AI and the use cases of using it. So what I do is I start with all my elements. So I've built my logo, right? The hot dog stand. And then I've put together this menu and we've made these elements in Illustrator. We've illustrated some of these icons in Neo. There's a lot of different creative outlets that I've already used to build this brand, right? Now I just need to sell it. I need to convey the message to the audience. And so I've put all these things together. I found this Nathan's hot dog photo that I liked, and I just started using these as references. So I fed all these images into the agent and I was like, I want an 80s vibe of a hot dog stand. And then it gave me these images right here. And then it does a bunch of different variants, which is super cool. And there's a lot of customization too. So like, I'll show you real time. Say I take all three of these images and I generate image and I can change the model. There's all these different partner models. I've been using Gemini. I just like how that works. So let's do Gemini. And then I can sample from Canvas, so use this as an image reference. We'll do this one too, use as an image reference, and then I can generate that. And then after a little bit, we get this image right here, and I can place this right here. And then let's kind of take a look. So this actually gave me like almost like a dream vibe, which is super cool. We've got our logo, and it does a really good job replicating the logo. I've got a lot of the copy up here. You do see some weird stuff, so I'm still not fully on the AI train, but it's getting really good. So you get some weird stuff, but it took the layout. It took a lot of the stuff, just struggling with some of the copy. I thought it was pretty cool. It took my menu and it placed it right here, and so it actually did get the copyright on this, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, really cool. So what I personally like is how I was able to take my logo and it extruded it. It made it look 3D. Just really cool vibe, right? So I was really happy with this one. It did a really good job taking all of my content and putting it into a real life scenario. So it did good with the logo. It put it on all the different elements and I was really happy with this. So then I took that and I was able to make a video from it. So check this out. And it's not a crazy video, but it just shows a nice little pan. It gives a little bit of extra oomph when I'm sharing the brand, right? Same thing with this one. I was happy with how this looked. It's just a guy handing a hot dog out, and so I decided to turn this into a little video. I don't like that it does audio. That creeps me out. A lot of it actually creeps me out, but it is really cool to put this together and kind of sell the brand. So like I get it 80-90% of the way. And then traditionally, you know, if it depends on how much the client was paying, but we would go and we would take photo shoots or we would do some type of really intense mock-ups. But this allows me to take it to the finish line to kind of sell the brand and get the client excited and seeing the vision. If you were to take one thing from this video, I hope it would be this next section. For me, the biggest unlock is putting everything together and sharing something like this to the client. This conveys the whole visual identity. It shows that it's cohesive, it's got a bunch of different elements together, and it really just sells that visual identity. I've got my 3D animated illustrations here. We've got the logo. We've got this color palette that I've animated in After Effects and just a bunch of different elements that tell the story. So many times I see people sending individual images in a PDF or just maybe even over text or email, and that's just a terrible way to do it. I think if you could make a package like this and share a live link or something that resembles this, you're gonna be so much farther along than other people in the industry. Well guys, that's the video. I went through the processes and all the tools to create the visual identity for the hot dog stand. Hopefully you guys were able to take some of this. Maybe you can use it on a future project that you're working on. I had a lot of fun putting this together, but that's it. I don't think I can help you anymore. So if you like this, let me know. If you have any thoughts or opinions, put them in the comments and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.